You are strapped to a chair in a darkened room. An electrocuting helmet slowly descends upon your head. This is the end. A lobotomy. Yet somehow that is more comforting than the title of this game. Just hearing no skin sends shivers down my spine. So if I were to suggest that you should buy no skin, what's going to go through your mind is me approaching you with a razor blade, peeling your skin. It's not pleasant. And for that reason, it becomes really hard to recommend the game regardless of what I say. Instead, it's a pain that I need to share with you. Kind of like recommending my favorite soundtrack from Mary Skelter 2, which I'll share at the end of the video because I don't want to scare you off right now. Anyways, so what's this game about? A girl on drugs, basically. Noir decides that since her friends asked her to go get some drinks, it's now okay to kill them. A totally normal reaction. I mean, yeah, a guy without skin showed up asking for his skin back, but that doesn't seem like it's a good idea to... Okay then. Yeah, that does need a face full of lead. At the end, you find out that the dagger you've been using was actually a teaspoon, but it still got the job done on the final boss when I went through the game. Actually, it was probably more painful than if it was actually a dagger. But anyways, the first thing that impressed me in this game was the fact that the advanced version of the enemies actually look different. Brilliant! It's only something I've been asking for since Final Fantasy decided to make this Malboro a pushover and this one a backstabbing nightmare waiting to dish out a fresh plate of game over. This is seriously one of my pet peeves. You see, this is a bomb and this is a grenade. If I were to bring this up to anyone who didn't know Final Fantasy, they wouldn't be able to tell which one was more dangerous. Now, let's try this in No Skin. Which one is more dangerous? The blind girl holding a blood-tipped knife, or a freaking parasitic snake eel with a thorn-tipped tongue and teeth that look like a cheese grater? And yeah, these two monsters really are the same character. Makes you wonder how that happened. And that's part of the twisting, nightmarish plot. Suicide, torture, sacrifice, murder, even being personally dissed by one of the characters. Which, excuse me for one moment, anyways, there's not much off the table here in terms of macabre horror. There are two gameplay modes. This one gets unlocked through the main mode and consists of story elements that lead up to the start of the main mode, kind of like a prequel, along with a puzzle game where you have to play perfectly in order to overcome the challenge. It's a low stress environment with unlimited retries, but I also found it more disturbing than the main game. The one criticism I have for it though is this section right here. You got two options: leaving the door open, resulting in a 20% chance of someone coming in, or closing the door. Closing the door results in one ending, and if someone comes in, it results in the puzzle game. So what happens in the 80% chance that someone doesn't come in? Well, the same two options appear, but this time the chance of someone coming in is 40%. I think this must mean that in order to get a secret third option, I need to build up that 20% to 100% by leaving the door open. Let's see, that's about 5 times, it's about 3%. Yeah, I can do that. So anyways, I was pretty unlucky. A few hours later, I come to find out that there wasn't a difference at all. So I'm kind of peeved at the game for not having anything there, but oh well. The gameplay in the main mode is split into two parts: a turn-based combat and then exploration. Combat is fairly straightforward at the start. You're able to attack with a gun or a dagger, use an item, or run away. Later, you're given the option of talking and trading with the enemy. I mean, I don't know why I wasn't able to talk before fighting a man burning alive, but sometimes that's what it takes to jog my memory, apparently. Also, as you obtain upgrades, it it brings nuances that complicate things. Like the upgrade where instead of healing, it deals damage to the enemy instead. So, excuse me, exquisite corpse, would you mind healing me? Whoops. Well, that's one way to one-shot the enemy. Exploring in this game is more than just trying to figure out where the main objective is, only to avoid it because you wanted to get everything, which I viewed as a problem in the early Final Fantasy games, where wandering around meant you either didn't know where the next objective was, or you were grinding. I mean, this was improved upon in open world games that have little things you can go and do. Take Horizon Zero Dawn. Ah, look over here, a horde of machines. Let me just add this crucial detail to my map. Okay, so it's still kind of pointless, but at least it's something. And in No Skin, you're on a timer, and exploring is how that timer advances. You are forced to pick a place and are told the risks and rewards. In the lounge, you'll either face Esther or make deals with the long-gilled fish. Then as the game progresses, you get more rooms, like covering your face into a room full of nooses, or entering the red room only to face the son of the no-skin man who... Wait, hold on. I have questions. If the no-skin man is looking for a skin, that kind of implies that he had skin before. So why does the son of the no-skin man also not have any skin? Did he lose it the same way? Is he also looking for a skin, or was he born like that? Do I even want to know the answer to these questions? Losing a fingernail was one of the most vivid memories of anguish that I have ever felt, and just reading No Skin is making me simulate that experience across my entire body. It's not comfortable. There are also characters to unlock, each of which changes the plot and levels up, unlike the main character, with an appropriate downside. I'm stepping away now. I've gotten the bad ending a few times now, where the timer maxes out and you fight the no-skin man at the end, and I'll figure out how to get the true ending once I've suppressed my desire to curl up in bed clutching my pillows, which is never going to happen, but I'll probably go through the game sometime. Anyways, I'm done. Well, 1 second. Okay, now I'm good. Consider picking the game up instead of a nice late night snack of raw meat. And now here's that piece of the soundtrack I promised.